from the bottom. From the bottom. You know we got 'em.
Yeah, your boys are back.
We are doing something different.
It's still different. It's like the first time we haven't been in the same spot, but we recording remotely at the same time.
Ooh, that sounded professional. I wouldn't use that word. I would have said something else.
I couldn't think of nothing else.
That was professional right there.
But thanks to everybody who tuned in to your boys. We appreciate the support and y'all sharing and liking the episodes and everything else. You know, it's all love coming from us. Oh, snap.
Exactly.
My fault. I forgot to let JR do his signature intro. I just got straight to talking.
Straight up to the point. Wake up, you know what it is.
And you already know this. So we're going to hop right into this. You know, the reason we doing the remote episode today is because it's snowing outside. And we from the South, so we don't really drive in snow.
Yep. That's like psych. One of those things.
But we were like, you know what? It ain't going to stop us from bringing y'all the episode. So therefore, we are here while you are there.
And we're everywhere.
That was nice. But we're going to jump into the first topic. JR Dot put out a question, you know, to get some questions for the episode last week, and he couldn't answer them all. So therefore, that's why we are here to do it right now. So the question was, kids and screen time. Shout out to Chris for giving us that question. Chris Beasy, I think he was on one of our first episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was on one of our first episodes. No thinking about it.
Back then, look, when we first started.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris, huh?
But how much screen time do you think is too much screen time for the kids?
It's screen time when if you notice before you introduce kids to screen time, and I'm saying that because I had to shorten Kyrie's time in the screen because, like, say if I'm cleaning up,
yeah,
and you know he's everywhere. I'm like, well, I put it on like ABCs or Mickey Mouse, but normally on that he's learning about cows, you know, sounds. It's not like he's just watching cartoons just to watch cartoons. You know, it's learning.
So something educational.
Yeah, something educational. You know, he watches Dave and Ava, which is his show, and they teaches him nursery songs and ABCs, numbers. I'm like, you know, cool. You gotta do that while I clean up. But you know, sometimes, man, just being a parent in general, you're tired. And some days I'll be like, let me just get about another, 25 minutes. So, I cut it on sometimes, and I notice, the transition from, him being extremely alert before the TV, having it on versus when now, letting them watch TV, it's like, Kyrie, I have to say his name a couple of times before he noticed, that you call his name. So I'm like, ooh, we got to shorten up this time. So you'll know when, when it's time to. And the doctor will tell you like 2 to 0 hours. 0 to 2 hours.
Huh. Well, I mean, some parents use TV time as a time for them to relax.
Yeah. Sometimes, and I'm not saying this is a terrible thing, but it depends on, what the kids are watching.
Yeah. Oh, I limit.
What you say?
I have to. I don't know, man. Sometimes, I just don't really be caring about screen time.
Yeah.
Because I grew up and there really wasn't no limit on screen time.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on how active your kids are. If you got active kids, screen time, I don't think it'll hurt them.
It ain't gonna hurt them, yeah, because they
Yeah,
always doing something.
yeah,
Look.
they already active, so it's not like they just like every single day they just coming and just sitting in front of the TV not doing nothing.
Yeah,
When
that's true.
they busy bodies, like they be busy, but sometimes you need them to unwind.
Yeah, it'd be like he still put a little movie on for him. Ain't nothing wrong with that, cause that's how it was for us.
Yeah,
We had be playing all day. Then you go by your cousin's house. You can't play all day, so don't go to somebody grandma. Hey, y'all put on a movie. Watching a movie, all the cousins watching one movie, and end up falling asleep. That's how I go. And nothing's wrong with that, because we were active, and yeah, just like that.
I mean, you do have a point. I don't know.
But I see the thing. I don't think, to me, shows back in the day wasn't as addicting as the shows now. Cause think about the video games. They had kids that were addicted to video games, but I don't know if it was ever like I would, like a lot more kids are addicted to games versus in back in the day where we were.
So you talking about like Fortnite?
Yeah, that Fortnite.
I
Man,
mean, you
because
gotta think though, because the difference is back then we didn't really have online play where we can play with people across the world. The closest we had was Mario Kart and James Bond. And them people had to be right there with us.
Yeah, and I guess I guess that's the difference, cause man, man, you know how much money kids spend so much money just to do like the additives on games, the add-ons, the play on this. I'm like, dude, you pay like all this money for the game, and then you got all of this. I'm like, man, this is too much. And then how some kids, I can't play this. Be like, I remember kids doing that, but at the same time, I don't remember a handful of them. Like a lot of cases where that's how kids, how we were.
Yeah,
that's different ever.
I don't know. I mean, times are changing, so you have to go with the times.
But see, I think by the games being more real, that's what makes it different, because our parents wasn't into games like we were.
I mean,
go ahead.
I think the difference is that back then we was way more active as far as outside.
Yeah.
So us sitting down watching TV was not a big deal compared to like now. Some kids are anti outside. You can't put them outside for nothing. They rather just stay in the house and be on the screen, phone or TV, computer screen. Like they don't want to go play outside. But the difference of we didn't know about that, so that's all we did was play outside.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when we played the game, it was right there, everybody right there together. But now you don't gotta really have friends to play a game, because you can play with somebody from around the world that you don't even know.
Be like you playing with a straight murderer. Look, you balling with a murderer. Oh, that's crazy, son. You just don't know it, huh? Yeah. Like, man, the whole time, such and such ghost. His name be like Unicorn 37.
I mean, but you gotta think, like, it's so accessible. Like, you could be playing with celebrities, like sports athletes be playing, star athletes, and ain't no telling who you playing this game with. Rappers, actors, and it just make it hard to, different time for us. A lot more. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, it is. It is more exciting. There is a more variety. Like I said, it looks extremely like extra realistic, dog. So, people get into it more. There's like, you can, like Grand Theft Auto. everything you can do on there, and then it went from like Sims, I want to say Sims, to something like Grand Theft Auto, and now you got like you got 2K now where it's all personable, like you can play in like different stages. That's crazy, dog.
I mean, GTA just open world for you. You know, you can have money, have your cars and all this, and then NBA 2K, you know, you start at the bottom and work your way up to become a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if that's not what people really want in real life, you know, it just they way to get away from real life.
And that's the thing. It's like it's a different world, you know. But you think about it, man. A lot of these kids, they jumping into too much of that, thinking that these video games are the reality.
Yeah,
huh?
You're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, just like in this day and age of social media, some people be on social media like they the best of friends, but if you get them in a group, they act like they don't even know each other. I mean, like, you know, they the BFFs. Yeah, we're in the moms group together. But you see this person in person, it's like, you don't know, nada.
But I mean, you got it. It's just like the virtual world. Like, what's that movie? Ready Player One? And,
Who?
Ready Player One?
Ready Player One?
Yeah, that movie. And, the thing is that people have these alternative lives on video games and computers and stuff compared to real life. So you could be whatever you want to be on a video game or on a computer game or anything like that. You know, but you know, it's a way for them to get away.
I guess that's true. Like, it's a way to get away. Everybody got their I guess they therapy in some kind of way, huh? To escape the reality world. Reality.
Yeah. But, you know, we got to keep it moving, y'all. Because, yeah, you know, this probably won't be a long episode. You know, because it's real late at night.
Yeah, I know it's actually late, and it's snowing. It's comfortable. It's that comfortable time. I ain't gonna front.
But, you know, since this is going to be a real recent episode, what you think about 6ix9ine cooperating and telling on his boys?
Well, man, that's well, I don't know, man. That whole situation is like, yo.
I mean, can you blame him? That's what I want to know.
I can't. Well, see, man, it'd be like extremely. It'd be difficult, man, because it's his boys, and they did everything together. So if he's there with them doing all that extra, and he talking about it, doing this, doing that, I'm saying he should be accountable at some point, because them dudes, I guess they look at it like this: them dudes would not be known if it wasn't for Tekashi.
I wouldn't say that.
So they like, well, I'm saying if they wouldn't be all well, you know what I'm saying, like he rep them like he do. I'm saying I wouldn't really know about him if I didn't hear him rep his set like he do. People may have heard of him, sure, but me personally, I wouldn't. Like I said, I wouldn't have known if he didn't brag about it like he did.
I mean,
so I think
the Feds was already watching him before he blew up.
Oh, Worsley, that's different.
Even just like Bobby Smurda, they was already watching him. He just happened to blow up while they was watching him.
Oh, so that made it even better.
Yeah. You know, so they already got everything they need to put him away. You know, but he just closing some cases that they probably had open against him and his gang.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is like when Keeping It Real goes wrong. You know, he was doing too much wild stuff out there.
And that's
And that's
And he
again
said,
when you incriminate yourself again for trying to show out on videos.
and that the only thing he doing is setting himself up for failure, dog.
Oh,
When you think about it,
he ain't setting himself up for failure. He
he,
set himself up. He behind bars now. So, no matter what, the thing is that they keep saying like he's snitching, he gonna get this off, and he gonna try to pay $1 million on what he had. But you gotta remember, it's people who was way bigger than him who can't get off. So I can see him sitting behind that wall for a long time.
even after the plea deal.
Yeah. I mean, who can he give up that would get him a lesser sentence if he the big fish in the game?
Oh, you're right, huh?
Yeah, like if you the biggest name in your game, who are you gonna give up that's bigger than you to get your sentence down?
It got to be somebody that's like huge, and there's like there's been bigger people than him. That
Yeah, and now like you label, so like his life is over as far as his rap career and stuff.
like Bobby. Where is Bobby Shmurda? Is he still in?
Yeah, he's still in. But the thing is that 6ix9ine cooperated. So now you can't come out doing all that y'all, how real you are and all this stuff. Cause now he messed up.
He just gonna say he changed his life around.
You said what?
He just gonna say, well, man, I just changed my life around. I can't have them negative people around me. I could just, being all peaceful. I'll be like,
But
I guess
you gotta think of his
okay.
situation though.
What's
Like
part?
he facing life. Like, he got a little girl and stuff, and stuff kick in. Like, I ain't gonna see my kid again.
Wait, he
unless I'm
facing
behind.
life?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's probably why he was like, yo, I need to see my little girl.
I mean, you know how hard they gotta be? Like, your little girl, like, 5, 6 years old. These people talking about giving you 40 years. Like, by the time you get out, she gonna be old.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna be old with kids and grandkids or whatever.
Ooh. You didn't. It's like she. You didn't miss her livelihood, like everything.
Yeah. You can't go to no funerals or when people die and stuff. She out there on her own now. So, can you be mad at her for calling somebody else dad when you been gone her whole life, except for, till she was 6?
Nope.
So, what they say, like, if you ain't around, you slowly fade away. The only thing people have of you is a memory.
And that's about it.
So, yeah, it's hard to put ourselves in that situation.
Yeah.
'Cause this dude was he was at the top. He was at the top of the world, consider what field he was in, rapping.
Mm-hmm.
But that keeping it real goes wrong caught up with him big time.
You know what's crazy, y'all? What amazes me is dudes or, artists see other artists go through this stuff and they do the exact same thing. I don't understand it. They see one like Bobby case. That just goes for any dude who's in the game. You're like, dude, why? If you keep talking like this, bro, eventually it's gonna come to that point where you test it. Cause they be like, man, I don't do this. I did this. When you start talking so much noise, people want to know if you bringing that boom boom. Be like, if you can't be bringing those snares, man, to no all bass and 808 party, man. That's what dudes be thinking. Some dudes literally hold that game, man, to heart. Like, that's their life. That's how they live. They've been brought up, in it. It's like a little generational curse, and dudes just don't be knowing. Cats really be about losing their life over a street that they would never own. Like, they ain't got nothing, man, they ain't got nothing to die for, so even when they do.
I mean, but the thing that'd be hard about the game is, you know, some of these people come from broken homes, and this gang provide family for them. Somebody who looking out for you, somebody who put money in your pocket. Now, it may all be the wrong way of how to go about it, but you know, as you go up, you know, this is like your brothers, your sisters.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
but at anything when you try to accelerate, even when it's, you know, with the whole drug thing, man, at some point you got to look at the dudes and people who did it before you. You got to evaluate, like, what type of mistakes did they make? Because if you see, man, there's a lot of dudes that's been caught up in the same thing, man, dealing with the wrong dudes, you know, even if it's been before the rap game and now they're in a rap game, you know, and it's more stuff and acting the way he do, man, like just trolling like that, man. I mean,
but let me ask you this though: if he wasn't trolling, would you have cared about him? Would the rap community had cared about him if he wasn't doing all that trolling and keeping up all that beef?
Nah, because to be honest with you, his rapping sucks.
I mean, to you it probably do, but to somebody else they probably like it. You know,
I'm pretty sure a lot of people like it, but once again, man, people go off the hype of somebody. They don't go off the talent in which a person you know possess. And in this day and age, that's what it is. Because you think about the trend of the where it went from, it was more so about the lyrics versus the beat. Then it changed from being the beat versus the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Now you think about it, because this music is whack, and I'm like, you know, but there's people in this generation that like it, but yeah, you wouldn't really know about him if he didn't, you know, do all that extra.
So yeah, I mean,
and the reason why I say that, and that lets you know that cats are bringing out that no talent syndrome. Like, they just there. And he one of those, he got his name basically by doing what he's been doing. Man. Like, that's just his confidence. People just gravitate to that drama. Oh, he talking noise. Look how he look. He talking noise. Because I'm saying, his look itself be like, nah. Are you serious?
I mean, he had to stand out though.
It's
like a million rappers out there. And the question is how can you stand out when like talent will not be enough?
That's the thing though. Now it's not about talent. It's about who stands out look wise and who's trendy. Like, I guess who stand out the most, who got the most followers, or who does the most.
I mean, yeah, you don't need a record deal no more. They go off your followers.
They go off, yeah.
You know, they booking shows off of your followers. Just like we could be doing this podcast right now. Say we hit like 50,000 or 500,000 followers or 1 million followers. Now we got a voice. I mean, we got a voice already, but now the platform is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So they know that, you know, you gonna bring in some people just by you performing or you just being in that club, period. So,
man.
I mean, that's what everybody's doing. Everybody is doing antics to put their name out there to separate themselves from everybody else.
But the thing is, man, people are starting to fall for the dumb. I mean, you know, like I said, man, the ones with the talent go unnoticed like hell. Like, a lot of talented people go unnoticed. I'm not saying all do, but a lot of, you know, I can name 100 names in the game right now. Oh man, but yeah.
But isn't that with everything though?
What? What part?
A lot of people go unnoticed with the talent. Just like it's college players right now playing. Some balling out, but you wouldn't know because they not getting talked about like that. But they out here
Yeah,
killing
okay.
your favorite college player.
Yeah, that's true. That is most definitely true. So I was watching this one video, man, and this one dude, Jordan was playing this one executive guy. I forgot what was it. I think he was like a commissioner or something, but he was high up, and it was a lot of business cats.
Oh,
that
you
was
mean the
working there.
Jordan camp?
Yeah, this was back in the day.
Yeah,
Like,
he said he did the Jordan camp in Vegas every year.
yeah. But it was for the old cats.
No, it's not for old cats. It's for people who want to pay to be in Jordan presence. It wasn't
this
cheap.
was like no. At this particular event, it was like it was a lot of lawyers.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, this was old.
From back in the day.
From back in the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did that. He still do that now, but he do it with kids and grown-ups.
Yeah, okay. Well, back in the day, there was this one. I mean, he was killing people, and there was this one cat. It was this black dude. He was actually the boss of everybody who was there, and him and Jordan played. Man, he gave it to Jordan. So I'm like, oh, it was going to 3. Jordan was talking shit, man. Son took him to the rack 2 times. Now, Jordan took 2 shots and mixed 2 shots. Your boy had Jordan 2-0. Jordan was like, oh, so he talking in his little head. I was like, okay. Man, your boy missed 2 shots. 1 layup. Matter of fact, 2 layups. And Jordan missed that 1 shot, son. Your boy came. It was like, oh, man, never thought that anybody would beat MJ. I'm like, man, I'm just going, to the fact that you're right. They got people that can whoop your favorite, or your best. That goes unnoticed. Like Curry, he was unnoticed at Davidson, even though he was Dale Curry's son.
Yeah, I mean, being somebody's son ain't really gonna help you going to the next level most of the time.
Nah, because Jordan's son sucked.
Well, I mean, they played in college, so they couldn't be that bad.
Well, have you seen some college?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So what about the Bow Wow situation?
Him and
a girl got to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And they took him to jail. And the problem I have with that is people was calling Bow Wow weak for fighting or getting beat up by a girl.
Wait. She beat him up and they took him to jail?
They took both of them to jail.
What they took him to jail for?
Because they couldn't tell who instigated.
Did he have scratches on his face?
Yeah, like Wolverine. Wolverine got a hold of him.
Huh?
Like Wolverine got a hold of him.
Man, you know what? I did. I don't know, dog.
So the thing, what I'm saying, the problem is everybody calling him weak, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if he would have put his hands on this girl, they'd been calling him a monster.
They would have gave him like the Chris Brown.
Yeah, the Chris Brown treatment. Be like, you weak, you should never hit a girl. But now, they call him weak because, he didn't do nothing.
He didn't do nothing, yeah.
So it's like, you can't win for nothing.
Okay. You know what? Especially if you're a black man, seems like sometimes you can't win for nothing. I was just reading, I don't know how true this article is, but it was an article from Louisiana, and they passed a bill where if you
resist arrest?
I'm about to say assist.
Resist
arrest. If you resist arrest, they taking you to jail. And you get years from resisting arrest.
Wait a minute.
So resisting. I'm like, wait, nah, I had to from resisting, bro.
You get years for resisting arrest.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah. No matter what. That can't be that can't be that black and white.
Hey, and this is the thing though, son. They say even if the cop was in the wrong and you resist arrest, you call it. I'm like, whoa.
Where is this at?
In Louisiana.
Oh, okay. That's why I can't go stay down there.
Me either, man, dude. And this goes, with the whole Bow Wow situation. Like, man, no matter what, though. I mean, man, it just don't make no sense, man. It just don't make no sense. I wanted, let me see, what was it? Law. This lady was talking, and I need to look at the video again, but it was on a document that was saying that if you were basically not white, you were basically less than an animal. Basically, that's what it was saying.
Huh. And
I'm like, I mean, yeah, I want to relook at the video, so I don't want to get nobody false information, but I'm like, but if you look at it, though, like when black people do the most subtle things, man, like cops coming on your property and knocking on your door without a warrant, just because somebody said, oh, they heard something like, I just got home. I literally just walked in my house, so, and it's me. Well, look, you don't want to let them in. Now they trying to get in your house. Now you resist an arrest. Now you end up shot, or you end up having 5 years in court. Or if better yet, if you want to say something is unfair, talk about the dad who was on child support and who was paying too much child support. It's like things like that, man. Like, are you serious? Like, you can't win for lose, right?
Yeah, you got that right. I don't know. Stuff just don't make sense to me no more.
It don't make sense, and it's right in our face, man. And if people are like, well, why would you say something like that? Be like, yo, you can't see how things happen. It's dead. When something is that dead in your face, man, it's like, are you mean to tell me you can't see that? I'm supposed to be blind,
But since we talking about entertainers right now,
break time, folks.
I know y'all catching those episodes on the X Squad Affiliates Network as well as the No Phony Podcast Network too. You just gotta tune in, baby.
All day, every day.
And if you want to be on the show and think you got a good conversation piece, hit us up so we can schedule something at 253-234-7149. And hey, your boys out here making moves. We out.
Mm-hmm.
We have got to talk about 21 Savage situation.
Ooh, Mr. International.
Getting deported. Like all this time, I thought he was born and raised in Atlanta.
So where are you getting deported from?
I think he's going back to the UK.
So he British.
Yeah, well, I think so. I really don't know where he from. I just know that, they said he getting deported.
Well, that goes another fraud. As we talking about it, dog, I don't know, man. Just be who you are, man. I don't know, dog. See, and and when stuff happen like that, man, that makes you go from looking cool to just extra stupid. I don't know what this is gonna do to him because he all over the news, or I don't even necessarily want to see the news, but social media. So I don't know if this helping his career or what.
Yeah.
So
but his career was still pretty hot. So I don't know what exactly it would do.
Well, I'm saying when people start looking at you like, well, he fraud and fake. He talk about something. He from Atlanta when he from. You see what I mean?
But then you gotta think. You gotta think though. If he went to Atlanta when he was a kid, wouldn't it be considered being from Atlanta? Or do you have to be born and raised somewhere to claim someplace?
Well, where you from is like where you was born at.
I know, but like, say you moved to New Orleans when you were like 4, and now you like 20 something. Would you be able to claim New Orleans or no, because you wasn't born there?
Well, I'm from New Orleans. That's where I was born there. That's where I'm from.
Yeah,
but I lived in a certain area for so long.
But what if you was born somewhere else, then you moved to New Orleans?
Well, that's like from that place where you was born.
So you wouldn't be able to claim New Orleans?
You can be honest with you, can claim both spots.
So, but you said that he was a fraud.
Well, I'm just saying, people look at it as like him being a fraud in line. Like, well, you ain't, from such and such. You ain't from this spot you wasn't born. You see what I mean? Because, okay, that's like, I ain't gonna even call him a fraud because, that's how Nick is. Shout out Nick. He's from Texas. That's where he was born at. But he moved up here at an early age and lived up here for years.
For a majority of his life, right?
For the majority of his life. So, I don't know.
So, can he claim Seattle, or do he have to claim Texas?
Well, he can claim either one. He lived here for all his life, so you basically would say you're from here. That's why I was just saying, it's up to him where he want to claim. If he didn't claim the UK, he ain't claiming the UK. That's why I said, let me just go back and revise that. Because you can be for somewhere, for so long, but
there you go.
Hey, it's like where you want to claim. Because like my partner Juan, shout out Juan, JJ, he was born in Louisiana, but he moved up to Washington, when he was young, real young. So, that's where he's from, but he's, been living here for so long. He know probably the majority of, Seattle. So that makes more sense. Be like, you ain't a fraud. You just claim what you won't claim. Cause I'll be like, man, look, I love from where I'm from, but I can't live there all my life. Like I claim New Orleans, but look, where you live at? I live in Seattle.
Yeah, you like it's bigger and better things out there for me.
Yeah, but like I still rep my city, So I guess, it's however. I just say always claim your hood, no matter where you're from. Claim your stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Shout out to 21. I hope his situation get better. I don't know the details of how he got in trouble or whatever, but we just gonna hope get out that situation a lot. But then but now we do have to go back to New Orleans. Cause we gotta talk about your boy Turk re-signing with Cash Money. I'm gonna let you elaborate on that one because I don't get it.
I don't know if I could have. Be honest with you, son.
Like, did he sue to leave Cash Money?
I believe he did.
But why would he re-sign with Cash Money? Is it because but once you think about it, Cash Money still is Cash Money. And they still can put out some hits.
Yeah.
And they still got that big old platform too.
Oh yeah, true. I don't know, man. Cause I can't say it's under new management. I don't know. Maybe they came to, an agreement or, I couldn't, I don't know, man. Maybe somebody put up some money and be like, gave him some up front. Maybe gave him some extra. You never know. They may not introduce that into the part, or I don't know. That's one of those things. Like he might feel like they maybe have been the only ones connected with him since he's has gotten out of jail.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's strange.
What?
And it's not no other crew member still there from back in the day. BG in
Nobody.
jail. Juvie gone. Wayne gone. Fresh gone.
Maybe he might be the starter of reuniting.
But who do you see going back though? Cause we know Wayne ain't going back. He too big. Juve is he's still out here moving. And you know when BG get out, whenever I don't know when he getting out, but you know if he not too old, you know he's still gone. You know if you go to jail, you come back and shoot, you superstar status like Boosie.
Yeah, that's true. Your everything goes up.
Yeah, their price to perform in that club skyrocket.
Pay your man. I think you get paid. You gain. Oh, excuse me. You gain more when you either dead or in jail.
It's kind of a shame.
Huh?
It's kind of a shame, but that's the rap game.
That's the rap, man. That'd be a lot. Even when you graduate from college, nobody there. But when they say my baby coming home, he coming out, man. They got everybody over there. They got a fat barbecue. They got a potluck. You got a whole new fresh buku gear. I'm just saying, be fitted coming out. Be like, man. Be like, congratulate success.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. But we got, 2 more topics to get to? And this one is from our partner Al. You know, shout out to Al. But he want to know, he wants to speak about credit. You know, I'm going to let JR start this one off.
Credit. What could I say about credit? Oh, man. I don't want speaking all high about credit because I ain't saying I got the best credit. But as I do get older, you know, I'm starting to hear more and more and more about it's always good, you know, to have good credit, you know, work on things. Some people say credit cards are bad. If you don't have credit, I would say, you know, try to build some type of credit. Because I don't know, having no credit, I don't know, is that bad not having credit? That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it bad not having credit?
Depend on how you look at it and what you're using it for.
I feel like that's student loans. Like,
you know, if you trying to get like a house or something, it's probably smart for you to have credit. As long as you don't abuse it. The thing is that, you know, I listened to this guy and he said his credit score is 0, but he's a millionaire. So anything he really want, he can buy it. Mm-hmm. But like say he want to rent an apartment, he can't do it. Because he got a 0 credit score. Because he paid for everything in cash and don't use his credit. You know, and they're just crazy because he's a millionaire, but at the same time, he can't get an apartment when he could buy the whole building.
Ain't that crazy?
So
that's so crazy.
Most of the time, stuff is designed to keep you in debt, to keep the economy going. I mean, if you ever look at it, let me ask you this. Have anybody you know ever asked you if you wanted to borrow some money?
If I wanted to?
Yeah, they just came out and say, hey, let me give you this $500, Jerry. Let me give you this $5,000. And that's what I'm saying. Like, everything is set up where it keep you in debt. You know, that's why they sit around and offer you so much money.
So much free money?
Yeah, because you miss a payment, you paying extra. You overdraft, you paying extra. You know, man, stuff. Yeah, it's backwards. Hopefully, people start to see that one day and open their eyes. Because being debt free is the way to be.
Yeah. Yeah, man, because if you ain't got to owe anybody, and that don't feel, it feels good not to owe nobody. Think about it. When you look back when you don't hear nobody saying, hey, man, calling you, asking you, hey, you still got that such and such? Hey, you remember that $20 I borrowed? I let you borrow? Hey, son, remember you told me you were going to give me 20 when I dropped you off for gas?
Well, the thing with credit is they going to call remind you for that 21, but if you don't pay it in time, they're going to shoot it up to 41.
Yeah, that's true. They skyrocket, man.
So they do need to teach that class in school, because credit is one of the most important things in your life, and you got to learn how to use it the right way. You don't want to abuse that because it can mess a lot of stuff up. They treat you different when they run that credit score when you walk in a place.
So I said, you go from getting, and be like, your credit extra pool, you go from, how you doing, sir? Would you like some water? Oh, let me check your credit score. They be like, nah, I can only give you a napkin. Wipe that little dribble off your lip. Let them see that 8. What's the highest score? 700?
I think it's 750. No, 800. I think 800.
800. You see somebody with 800? Sir, would you like some delivery? Sir, would you like some Fiji water?
Well, yeah, they go from what you want to
what would you need?
How may I help you, sir? We got the best caviar of the business. Whatever you want food, you want drinks, you just want a massage, just let us know.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, you can negotiate so many things with good credit. So, therefore, people pay attention to what you're signing up for. You don't have to keep everything new. You don't have to go in debt to show out on everybody and all that stuff. I say ride in a busted down car, but have you some money saved up. While you riding around that busted up car, you can be taking trips around the world. But teach your kids about credit too. You got anything else you want to say on that one?
Man, if they taught that class, man, how, like I'm saying, how many profitable businesses there'll be out there, or more intelligent kids, not looking dumbfounded, knowing what to spend their money on, knowing how to go by investing it. I wish we had those classes, but not many classes was offered like that. It was to the point where we had one called Introduction of Economics.
Yeah.
We had that, but it wasn't lessons that was on it. It was more so just textbook style, where you read, teacher go over the lesson, you study, meaning like the answer she give you from the questions that's in that chapter, and you move on. It didn't go from like teaching us like, hey, this is how you go by starting here. Like week 1, we're going to start by showing you how to set up a plan. They didn't really do that. As far as what I remember, it was, well, let's show you an elective class. I had drafting, but no business class, because drafting just made me think, well, let me become a well drafter so I can go work for somebody. Everything was build me up to go work for versus, for someone else versus myself.
Well, the thing what I'd do if I was a teacher, I'd start the kids off in debt and ask them how they're going to get out of it.
You say ask them how they would get out of it?
Yeah, see how would they get out of debt.
Also, in the beginning of the class, beginning of the year,
I'm starting you out like $1,000 in debt. You can tell me how you gonna get out of debt.
And that's how the whole class throughout the semester.
Yeah, so either at the end you're gonna be out of debt, or you're gonna owe me more money than what you started with in debt.
Bro, that'd be a good class, son. What would you call the course?
You owe no, you owe me. You owe me.
You owe me?
Or pay me my money.
Pay me my money. Call it debt or no debt.
Well, that's a good one. To debt or not to debt? That is the question.
That is the question. Kids be like, what? Be like, okay, so I'll give you this one. You get paid for working this week, right? Now the new J's just came out, but you have to pay for your courses at school. But also your phone bill is due at the same time, you know, such and such. You're like, so what will you do? Remember, you have to pay such and such. Otherwise, those payments are going to keep increasing. So you start them off. Would you get a cell phone? You have to pay this a month, or would you get a house phone to where you only have to pay for this amount? Would you cut cable, or would you keep cable on? You know, or what's in the set? Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Oh, I think it'll help a lot of kids out.
Yeah, because now kids, the moment they get $1, and I had to tell my young one that all the time. I'm like, say, bruh, I'm like, look, you just got, you know, you cut the grass. Papa will give him, you know, about $10. I'll be like, dude, all of a sudden you want to go to the store? You just think about what you can do if you save your money. I said, think about the long term versus always, you know, the short term, what I can get right now. I'm like, because before you know it, within you know, you got it within an hour, you know, cutting grass within an hour, but you can spin it within 30 seconds, just like that. Be like, so you got to look out. It's like a casino. Like, do you know your limit?
Man, you are so right. You so right.
Hey, that should be a game. That's casino. Do you know your limit? What's your limit?
Because a lot of people have failed.
Oh.
But
man,
we have to hop into the last topic, people. You know, we said there was going to be a quick episode, but you know how Jerry is. You know, JR just get to talking and flabbing, and you know, he don't never stop.
Yeah, it be like that. I've been talking to him too.
I think he talked like 98% of this episode. But
that ain't lying. Look,
it's the drop section, drop section, drop section. It's the drop section, drop section, drop section.
Hi, this is Two Girls on a Bench.
The podcast. So we're two writers who tend to procrastinate just a bit.
We like to snack. We like to talk.
We don't have time to write, but we have time to do this podcast.
We certainly do. Join us on the bench.
Listen in.
At number 2 Girls on a Bench.
Join us on the She Compass Show, the show for women who are navigating life as captains of their own ships and commanders of their own souls. Our show is based on the lessons of our book, Finding Our She Compass, and we have new episodes for you weekly. We want you to come for great conversation and leave elevated and empowered, because sisters on a symbiotic voyage make rogue waves quiver.
Do you or someone you know struggle through life with anxiety-related mental disorders? Ever get that feeling that you are one of the few? I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. Take a journey with me as I talk about key points in my past and how they may have led to me being diagnosed with anxiety and panic disorder. After which, we will talk about different ways to tone down the anxiety and maybe even beat it together on anxiety. The easiest way to remember the name is by thinking about how one searches for a state of zen in the midst of the anxieties of life. My name is Gerald, and I'm the host of Anxiety.
Was A Quiet Place inspired by Signs, It Comes at Night, and War for the Planet of the Apes? Was Ready Player One influenced by Avatar, Wreck-It Ralph, and The Last Starfighter? Is The Hurricane Heist more influenced by Sharknado or Geostorm? These are the kinds of questions my guest co-hosts and I discuss on my podcast, Piecing It Together. Every week we look at a new movie and try to figure out what other movies inspired it. Whether it's the story, the character development, tone, or even use of music. Every movie was influenced by something that came before it, and we want to figure out what. Check out Piecing It Together on your favorite podcast app, or check us out on piecingpod.com. You can also follow us on social media at piecingpod. Piecing it together as a part of the All Points West podcast network.
But the last topic that we have to get on is something that both of us is into. It was a clip going around of Nick Cannon. He says that white women are a sign of success. What do you think about that?
I think honestly, I say that's what the media presume, you know. But if you choose to be in a racial relationship, me personally, it wasn't that I thought that my wife was like that, like a trophy or whatnot, because, you know, that's what I went for. It wasn't that I didn't, I don't like, you know, my race or whatnot. No, it's at the time that's who I met and that's who I fell in love with. So, you know, ain't got nothing to do with all that, man. But, you know, that's stereotypical because that's how white women, you know, are presumed, like I said, in movies. 'Cause like growing up, man, I mean, on some shows, I say like Saved by the Bell, you had Kelly, or Boy Meets World, you had Topanga. So, you know, them shows probably maybe made more money than, like Fresh Prince or Steve Urkel, where, you know, it was of the black. So, you know, we was like, well, dang, that's a different, and they made it look a little, you know, a little bit, I want to say starstruck. That's how they presume, you know, from what I've seen, how it was back in the day. You heard me, you know, on what, you know, Nick Cannon is saying, but I didn't know. I don't look at my wife like that, or, you know, I just see if one that's what a woman's like. That's what she like, and you can see that.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I mean, my wife is white, and I never looked at her as a sign of success. Like, I just looked at her like she handled her business, and, you know, things happen. Now, growing up, you know, I grew up in the South, so therefore, I never thought in a million years that I would go with a white woman.
Yeah.
You know, but my uncle opened my eyes to that. You know, he had a white wife, me growing up. And me coming to Seattle, it opened my eyes even bigger. You know, because it was a lot of interracial relationships up here. But the thing that I'm wondering is, like, why is it only like white women is only a sign of success? Like, if you were the black woman, she not a sign of success. Like, even if y'all two, like, handling y'all business and live a good life, or like a Asian lady or Latino lady or Islander or whatever other race, like, I just don't understand why it can only be one race. And then I'm wondering, like, the white woman that's with the black guy, that mean the black guy is a sign of success too?
Mm-hmm.
You know, are we just the stuff at the bottom of the barrel? And, you know, supposed to be happy because we in an interracial relationship. Now, I don't know, you know, a lot of people say like, oh, you go with a white woman, so you can't handle a black lady, or you hate your mother, you hate, you know, your auntie or your family. I don't know where all that come from. I just like girls, no matter what race you are.
Yeah. Like, man, my mama told me, you know, follow your heart, follow what you love, follow, you know, what you like, and follow what you love. Don't worry about nobody else, because you got to think about it. That's like somebody telling you, you don't like Jordans? How can you not like Jordan? You for real? How can you not like Jordan? Man, I don't even get down with you because you like it too. I just don't like Jordans. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. That's your preference. This is my preference. These Reeboks make me happy. You heard me? Or this, you know, this white woman makes me happy. Versus, you know, I'm picking something that's, you know, that's a cliche or something that I need to do. This is how you supposed to. Since when is, are we supposed to always go with the grain or keep things traditional? Because could you think about it? Son? If we was to keep things traditional a whole lot would, I don't know. I can't say a lot would be different, but since it's like it is now, it's opened our eyes, well, my eyes. So I'm like, well, I just can't be going with what everybody say.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Like, you have to be with who makes you happy. Every decision that you make is not gonna be to make somebody else happy, but rather to make you happy. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up at, because they want you to make the stuff that make them happy, even though that's your life that you're living. I don't know. I think Nick was wrong on that.
He was saying, the thing is, it's like, well, he said that, so what was he trying to say about himself?
Oh, you're right.
If you think about it, because...
But they consider Mariah Carey black, though. But she mixed, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he trying to say about himself. That's a good question. That's a good question.
So, hey, man.
So, I don't know. Hey, go with whoever make y'all happy, man. This stuff, life too short to be sitting up here worried about what everybody else is talking about.
I know, man.
Unless you got a lot of time on your hands, then, do what you do. But otherwise,
Well, some people, they make that their time on their hand.
Yeah.
Like, what, man, this is what I like, this is what I love, man. Kick rocks and run up a flagpole. That's what I said.
Wait, what?
Kick rocks and run up a flagpole.
You lost me on that one. You lost me. Yeah. Yeah, you lost me. But, yeah, so... Yeah, then we come to that time that we're going to have to let you all go. We want to thank y'all for rocking with us again on this snowy evening up in Seattle.
I got to check to see how it look. My car was covered.
That means you ain't going nowhere. And I just have to say, don't forget to subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's going to be new merchandise coming out soon. Sorry we haven't been on that, but your boy's been busy. And I'm going to leave an inspirational quote.
What you got, son?
The past cannot be changed. The future is yet in your power. Man, make the most of your life out there, y'all. If you really want to do it, go do it. If you really want that new car, you want to be a millionaire, billionaire, get to it. And I'm going to let J.R. Dot go and do his thing on the way out.
Well, you know how it is. I live life. Live life to the fullest. Be happy. Smile often. I'm saying, sometimes just let out a gas bubble and just smile. I'm just, just do something like that. I'm saying, sometimes it takes to be awkward and weird to just be like, you know what? Let me just enjoy life, because I can't have conclusion once I met my goofy wife. Shout out to Big and Baby, But that's what I say, man. Just be happy, because you literally only get one life to live, and how would that suck if you can't enjoy the one life you have to live? That's like having that $1 in your pocket, and there's you have choices that you can choose from to spend that dollar, but you use all that up in like the instant like that. You ain't get no time to enjoy it. So just enjoy life. Have fun. Shoot.
Yeah, he got a point there. Oh, I want to apologize too, because your boy battling the cold, so you probably able to tell in this episode. But it ain't nothing stopping us.
Oh man, I got some emergency dog. I got you. Don't trip.
Well, I ain't gonna get it. No, that black ice ain't no joke.
So I said, shit, I'm about to go get some tea. You got some tea?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we got some emergency up in there, but I'm gonna go do my thing on that NyQuil and pass out.
All right, son. Alright, dog. Y'all know how we do it. You done? You done?
Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm letting you do your thing. I'm done.
Oh, all right. I was about to end it like a phone call. Oh man. Y'all know how we do it all day, man. Cal and J, every day.
From the bottom.